Okay, part two. So we were on financial handouts and the mom invading the girl's privacy and all this stuff. The way I consider invading someone's privacy is that, like, if I'm a dad and I walk in and my daughter's fucking her boyfriend, now I'm invading her privacy because I just seen shit that I can't unsee. I haven't seen somebody else's dick penetrate my daughter's vagina, and now I'm totally fucking blind and pissed the fuck off. I'm probably gonna snatch him off of her and throw him through a closed window or a closed door. I'm probably not gonna stop until I draw blood, so there you go. You've been warned for whoever future boy is lucky enough to date my daughter if I live long enough to have a daughter. Anyway, here's the thing about being financially responsible. All right, like I said, the credit union pretty much manages all my needs. I manage my wants. But before I deal with my wants, I check what I have with my needs to deal with my wants. See, I don't live above the means that I have, all right? 264 bucks doesn't go that far from the army, all right? Let's keep that right off to the fucking point. 264 bucks a month covers just about everything I have in my account. Now, the job that pays cash is like 24 bucks a day when I work, because I work maybe 2 hours, so that's 12 bucks an hour. So if I work 2 hours, I got 24 bucks in my pocket, and that goes right into my gas tank because $30 fills up my little white Honda. All right, so what money? If there's anything left over from that, it goes into my stomach. All right, so managing your money, the younger you learn how to manage your money, the better off you'll be. I started managing my money at 12. And why? Because I never really got a lot of money. My mom and my dad, with the divorce, child support went into her pocket, not mine. If I was blessed, my dad would buy me shit during the summertime, like G.I. Joes, shit like that. But I had to learn how to price G.I. Joes and manage money. Now, I never had to ask my dad for it. I was like, hey, Dad, I want to go get some G.I. Joes. And be like, all right, boom, in the car. Well, we'll go in there because he's going to give me 20 bucks at the door. And at the time, G.I. Joe was maybe like $6 a person. So I got $20. I can get three. Or I can get that pack of three that came with Nemesis Enforcer, um, one of the little Cobra Law fellas, and the guy who ran Cobra Law. I can't think of his name right now, but anyway, the guy who played for the Penguin in the classic Batman talked for him. So I could get that. That would be 15 bucks. So I would have maybe like $4 or $5 left after paying for it. Or I could get Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades, which was three, with Mercer, Mad Dog, and Redbeard, and that was 15 bucks. And then at the time also we had a KB toy store almost everywhere in Virginia. So, and Toys R Us. I got kicked out of Toys R Us at 13 years old, and I never went back to the one in Newport News. But we did go to Children's Palace, which actually had G.I. Joes for a little bit cheaper. So I could kick ass on G.I. Joe. And then there was the aircraft carrier. Now the aircraft carrier probably sells for maybe 80 bucks, but back then it was like $45 because now it would be considered a classic toy. But back then it was like $45. And my dad was going to give me the aircraft carrier. He literally was going to give me the aircraft carrier, but there was one tiny little hiccup. Couldn't fit in the car. And it was too big for my room. Because when you read the box says that the bitch is 7 feet long. And it can hold 4 jets. So I never got the aircraft carrier. I'm still looking for the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. It's called the Flag. So if anybody knows where I can find one, I'm not paying 80 bucks for it. But if I can find one and I can put it all together, oh, I'm damn sure going to get it. But, G.I. Joe vehicles at the time, the highest G.I. Joe vehicle outside of the Terradrome and the aircraft carrier, nothing really went over 60 bucks. Aircraft carrier was like the second most expensive thing. And it was like 45 bucks at the time. And maybe that was just the store was probably putting it on sale. And some people said they paid like $60 to $70 for it. But it was well worth it because you can hold all your G.I. Joe jets on the inside. You can put 2 on the outside, but you can put 3 on the inside. So it was a cool ass jet. Anyway, so I learned to manage my money at 12 because of G.I. Joe and Voltron and all these action figures that I would buy. and Star Wars figures and Captain Planet and other fuckers that I would buy. Because most of those guys were never more than $10. You want it one, you get one this week, you get one next month, or whenever the hell you got paid, or whatever your allowance had. If you had an allowance, we didn't have allowances. I had a dad that gave me money. I'd ask for stuff and be like, "Well, I'll give you the money because I don't want to go buy it and buy the wrong thing." And I'm the same way. I don't want to buy something that's wrong because then you have to go through the hell of the disappointment and you got to take it back. You got to explain to the person at the store, "I'm looking for this one, not that one," and then they might not have it, and then you're like, "Ah, fuck." And then the one you bought actually was the right one in the first fucking place, but your kid was just too stupid because you couldn't see through the phone on the package. So then you have to go back and get the one. He's like, "Well, damn it, that's the one I had the first damn place." Well, that's what you should have just kept that and told me, or sent it to me. And then we wound up buying 3 of the same fucking action figures because I don't know that he has it. So I buy it when he gives me the money. Then we come back and then he done bought it. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Well, now I have 2. One stays in the package. It's not that big of a deal. Now, I know that got a little off track. But here's the thing. It didn't. Because money managing from the age of 12, and I'm 44 now, I still manage my money very well. I don't go out seeking shit that I can't afford. I don't go out there and be like, "Well, I'm going to buy this or I'm going to buy that," knowing that I can't afford it. This bow that I bought, I saved up for it. It was $270, and then the dude gave me a good neighborly discount and sold it to me for like maybe $245. He gave me a good deal. But in the deal, I still wound up paying basically the full price for it because I got a shit ton of arrows to go with the motherfucking shit. He's like, "Well, I tell you what, I will charge you full price and give you the arrows basically for free." And I was like, "Okay, well, fuck it. That sounds like a great fucking deal." Then I had to come back a couple of weeks later because I didn't have one of those things to protect my arm. I had this big ass burn on my arm for just shooting and shooting and shooting. And so I bought that. Then I went back and bought this thing to put on my fingers because that shit started to hurt. So, and he was supposed to be making me a special compound. But I got catfished and lost all my money. So that kind of fucked all that up. And then, again, you're thinking, James, that has nothing to do with money management. Oh, it has everything to do with money management. Because, see, if you're not managing your money, you're spending more than you have. And when you spend more than you have and you have to borrow money from people, you're fucking yourself. I know, that was really rude. Let me explain that. Here's the thing. I have a strong policy, and you can follow it or you don't have to. I don't borrow money from people because then I'll never have money. Because every dime that I borrow from someone, I have to fight like fuck to pay them back. Or the new saying that you young people have is, "I have to rob Peter to pay Paul." Fuck that shit. If I don't borrow the money, then I don't have to worry about paying anyone back. But I will get off my ass, go get a job, bust my ass, and hopefully keep the job. So after I pay the people back, I'll have money in my pocket for me. And here's the thing about borrowing money. I don't do it. I need money. I have bills to pay. Guess what? I'll lend money, which I don't know why I do that, because most of the people I lend it to are like me and they can't afford to fucking pay me back, because instead of getting off their asses and going to bust their ass to get a job, which they would do, and they wouldn't have to borrow the money if they knew how to manage their money and stop buying shit. Okay, I don't ever treat myself. I'll be the first to tell you, I haven't treated myself. Every year, at least once a year, I will treat myself to something. Last year, I bought the PlayStation 4. I'll find out, I think in like the next 2 years, there'll be a PlayStation 5. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll never be able to get that. So I'm going to be happy with this 4. It's going to be the last thing I buy. We've had some adventures. I bought a PlayStation 3 a year and a half before the PlayStation 4 came out. So you can tell I bought all these games for absolutely fucking nothing. Because as soon as I got enough money to get the PlayStation 3, they announced the PlayStation 4. When I paid for the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4 came out within 6 months after I bought my PlayStation 3. And it was the original PlayStation 4. I bought the newer PlayStation 4 instead of buying the original, because when the original came out, it only could hold yay so many gigs, but the newer one has yay so many more gigs, and I joined PlayStation Plus for a good fucking reason. Alright? Now, Managing my money, PlayStation Plus, it's like maybe $60 for the whole year. So when my year comes back around, because I haven't had this a whole year and I've already had problems with it, but when the year comes back around, I'll re-up so that that'll be out of the way and I won't have anything to worry about because PlayStation Plus is like the shit, you know. Now apparently there's a PlayStation Pro, like a PlayStation 4 Pro. I have no idea what the fuck it looks like. I don't care, but I don't need it. I do have a PlayStation 4. All right, and I only really bought the PlayStation 4 for one reason and one reason only, and it's called Mass Effect Andromeda. All right. Outside of that, I really didn't need the PlayStation 4, but I needed it because I'm not going to convert to the Xbox, which was cheaper, which would have been easier for me to buy. I just don't like the fucking Xbox. All right. And either way, I would have to have paid for Xbox Live or whatever the hell that shit is, and PlayStation Plus. So either way, I'd had to pay $60 for it, but they're both year subscriptions. Now I don't have children, so I can afford to do this. Now, my cousins that do have children, they're like, yeah, this should eat your ass up, but it's total worth. It pays for itself, and that's cool and everything. But again, I don't have children. I'm barely making it, so doing that for me was me treating myself. Now, when it comes to managing your finances, honestly, truly to God, man, you have to manage your shit. You have to know what costs what per monthly. You have to know what it costs to feed you per day. I don't really eat that much, but I do eat, so I need to know what it costs to feed me, and I need to know what I have to contribute to the house. So I buy the trash stickers because I'm living here, so I make some of the trash, so I should be paying for something while I'm living here. Now, managing your money and being able to pay your bills is the most important thing of growing up because your parents aren't always going to be there. And when they're in the dirt, you're going to need to know how to take care of your fucking self. You're going to need to know how to take care of your bills. And I know that this is like totally above my pay grade, but if I have, like I do with the credit union, let's say I was buying a house, I would have a third account where all my money from my house goes into that. The house payment will never be late that way because I know the credit union is going to cover that because my car payments are never late. My dental insurance is never late. As long as there's money in that account, those bills are paid. And so, straight up and down, that's where my shit would go as soon as I get paid. Here, I'm depositing this and this, this and this, and this and that. I have 3 accounts. So, I don't have mad money or any money. So, I have to manage it by saying, let's say, all right, my check comes in at the 1st or the 5th of every month from the Army. I distribute $50 each because it's $264. So each count gets $50. What's left over stays in my main account in case there's an overflow somewhere. And my main savings is where my insurance for my car comes out. So most of the money stays there. 50 goes into whatever of my other 2 accounts takes care of my dental insurance. So there's always going to be money in there for that. And 50 goes into my checking because that takes care of my cell phone, which is only $45, so $47 a month, and that's covered. So my bills are covered. I'm not living large, but I am living. I'm living a manageable financially. I'm financially okay because I know that as long as I put money in the account, the credit union's got me. The trick is getting the money to put in the account. All right? So I'm always searching for work. I would prefer to be an actor, but this is Virginia. We don't have a strong film base here outside of independent films, and the Virginia Film Festival is either just wrapping up or it just wrapped up, or should be wrapping up. I don't really know. And I would love to enter my films into there, but the problem is I'm not making any films right now because my hip replacement has pretty much shot me down from making kung fu films. But if I start right now and I can get cleared and I can make a kung fu movie and do it right here smack dead in the middle of Virginia, oh, it's going to happen. All I need to do is get more editing material from my other computer, my old Mac, because it's easier for me to edit with that and Firewire, because the shit I have for this, I suck at it. Like, totally don't have time to try and learn this shit when I already have that ready to go. I just need Firewire and another external hard drive. Yeah, well, I have the Firewire, I just need another external hard drive. So I actually need more memory. If I can get more memory on both of these computers, I would probably be set for life. And so I need to get somebody who knows what to do with that. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna applaud this mom. You guys aren't gonna like what I have to say, so I'm gonna make a third video to let you know how I feel about this mom. I'm James Williams. You just come for having number 2. Be seeing.